All right, we're going to bring Isaac Paris up here. Isaac Paris is an unemployed art teacher, like most art teachers, I think. He lives in Eugene, and he has fun with trees and friendly people. He prefers to keep them separate, though. He likes his trees as trees and his people as people. Give it up for Isaac, you guys.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here. It's been such a cool vaudeville show with so much variety. Let's have a round of applause for everyone who's brave enough to come up here. There's just been so much talent tonight. I feel really blessed that as a kid growing up in the 80s, I got exposed to a lot of like ecology-friendly pop culture. Anybody here ever see Captain Planet? Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I used to read Calvin and Hobbes that had a real great message behind it. Even Ninja Turtles had a message, you know? They were like fighting for the earth sometimes. And I'm really nostalgic for the pop culture of my youth. I think it's great, and I feel sorry for the kids who grew up today with their vapid, empty, meaningless pop culture. But I realize like every generation feels that way. They're like nostalgic for their own pop culture, but hate the new stuff. That poor generation who saw Snow White, they watched this and they were like, what is this, color? And their arms and legs bend at the joints? That's not entertainment. Give me Mickey Mouse chewing tobacco and playing a goat's teeth like a xylophone. Give me Betty Boop making awkward sexual innuendos. And Cab Calloway telling her to smoke more opium. Yeah, that's real entertainment. I live in Eugene, and sometimes I wonder what would Bob Dylan's hit songs have sounded like if his muse had been a Eugene Trust Fund kid. I think it goes something like this. Oh, well, she makes love just like a woman, and she complains about cultural appropriation just like a woman. Oh, but she paints just like a little girl. I do love the trees and the nature here in Oregon. It's so lovely. When my girlfriend visited me in Alaska, she said, "Oh, the trees are so cute and small. It's like everything's like a tree, like a train set everywhere. It's adorable." And it's been fun to get to know this community just from one night. I feel like if you could only get to know a community for one night, you should go on the night when they do satire sketches making fun of themselves. That's like a real shot in the arm of the Cottage Grove culture. You know, something that confuses me is divorce. Marriage is this weird place where the government steps in where it doesn't belong at all. And there are some people out there who are divorced and driving on our roads. Did you know that? You can't call yourself a patriot and break a promise to the US of A. That's sedition, and I think they should be hung. If we didn't let kids go to public school who had divorced parents, there'd be enough computers for everyone, right? I visited a rich person's house once, and they showed me a room, and they said, "This is the breakfast room." And my first thought was, wow, if a hobbit were to make it, he would have 3 of these. I brought some cartoons to show you guys. What do unemployed art teachers do to pass the time? I will show you. Okay, how do you guys feel about zombies? This is some acronym tech slang for the zombie apocalypse. All right, if you see people posting on their social media after the zombie apocalypse, FFA or AFF, that stands for ammo for food, or food for ammo. ZAMF, that stands for Zombies Ate My Family. That's used to like elicit sympathy. Like, what are you doing tonight? I'm having dinner with my sister. Oh, zombies ate my family. With the high death rate, we won't have best friends for life anymore. We'll have BFFNs, best friend for now. You don't want to see your friends posting RLOA, that stands for running low on ammo. Or HTCOD or HTDBW, which stands for hope they can't open doors, hope they don't break windows. And you really don't want to see ROTFB or ROTFHMFGI, which stands for rolling on the floor bleeding or rolling on the floor holding my fucking guts in. Yeah. Okay, so a couple more pop culture ones. All right, do you ever like draw an awesome drawing in the dark, and then when you turn on the lights, you realize you used a purple crayon instead of a black one? So you drew Darth Gator, the lore of the Easter basket. I saw this ad, and it was really confusing. To sell mattresses, they dropped a bowling ball on a mattress where there was a glass of wine. And I think they're trying to convince men, if you buy our mattress, you can masturbate without waking your sleeping wife next to you. But like, I don't understand that because I don't drink wine and I don't bowl. Like, to communicate to nerds like me, they should have balanced on a slave Leia doll, and then they should drop a Jabba the Hutt on the other side. Just kidding. Of course I drink wine. I tried to seduce this girl who was way into X-Men. Do we have any X-Men fans here? And I thought, I could do that. I could seduce your pants right off with a well-timed X-Men reference. And I tried to come up with a joke, but all I could write was like the worst, most awful, like the kind of X-Men joke you'd see on a McDonald's Happy Meal box or like on a popsicle stick after you suck off the frozen juice. My joke was, who's the saddest X-Men? Beast, because he's always blue. And she said, no, the saddest X-Men, that would be Colossus, because he lost his parents. Or you could make a case for Wolverine, because he loves Jean Grey, and he can never die. No, if you wanted to seduce me, you would have said, if you were Magneto and I had a clit ring, I could make you come just like this. I got a couple more. These are some animal jokes. You guys animal fans? Yeah! Anybody here ever call a cougar a deer tiger? Does anybody say that? No, I didn't think so. But some people do. They're crazy. Okay, why don't deep sea fish date? Too much pressure. The cuttlefish, the starfish, the crawfish, and the jellyfish got together, and they're like, we're very upset with our name, because we are not fish. Someone was really lazy when he named them. He said, all the animals in the ocean must be fish. The most successful animals are fish, they must all be fish. But no, that's not the case. And if we named animals on land like that, we'd call the giraffe the long-necked rat, and the tiger the striped rat, and the squirrel the climbing rat. Duck-billed platypus would be the duck-billed rat, and the naked mole rat. You know, maybe he did name the naked mole rat. He's a cute fella. Scratch his chin. We'd call the kangaroo the jumping rat, and the kangaroo rat the jumping rat. What goes through a tiger's mind when she sees a new potential mate? She thinks, I know he'll kill my offspring to ensure his own genetic success, but cute stripes. When you're hiring a new candidate, make sure you go for the one that's the most highly qualified. Praying mantis is upset with his name too. He says, I'm an atheist, and I've been doing this motion with my front legs for thousands of years longer than humans believed in a monotheistic God. You should call it mantising. Are these animal jokes pandering to the audience? You know, when we name an animal after another animal, it shows a real lack of creativity. We've got silly animal names like the gnu and the eye and the moose and the okapi. We could just combine any combination of syllables. Like, to name an animal after another animal implies this animal doesn't deserve its own unique name, and that ain't right. We don't call people from Vancouver Canadian Seattleites. And we don't call the Mongolians the Russian Chinese or the Chinese Russians. We just call them the Mongolians. They've got their own name. Okay, so this next bit is about the animals that are named after other animals and how wrong that is. Okay. The seahorse and the leafy sea dragon. Obviously, they're cousins. Why'd they name one after a mammal and the other after a reptile? That doesn't make any sense, right? And the horseshoe crab, he's like, I'm not horseshoe-shaped, I'm crab-shaped. Get over yourself. The elephant seal and the elephant shrew, they both touch their own noses and say, is it really that big? Some people call the flying fox the wolf bat, and some people call the hog-nosed bat the bumblebee bat. And this guy's like, dude, I'm a wolf spider, and I'm a spider monkey. What would a wolf spider monkey look like? This is a bat-eared fox, and the wombat and the nunbat say, we are not bats. And the muskrat and the muskox say, we are not musks. What is a musk? The lionfish, sometimes known as the zebrafish, or the turkey fish, or the butterfly cod, make up your minds. And then there's the catfish, which is Aaron Anderson's favorite fish. Why is a catfish so strong? You'd be strong too if you lugged around barbells all day. That's what they call the whiskers that grow out of the, yeah. Okay, then we've got some sharks named after the tiger shark, the leopard shark, the cow shark, the hound shark, and the zebra shark. Cow shark, really? Are you just running out of mammals at this point? But, like, consider the case of the vampire squid and the Tasmanian devil and the goblin shark and the angel shark and the pink fairy armadillo and the unicorn crestfish. And the vampire bat, because they're named after things that aren't real. What the hell? And then the leopard. Well, he was really confused when he heard of the leopard gecko and the leopard fish and the leopard shark and the leopard tortoise and the leopard seal. He's like, what does it mean to be a leopard? Who am I? Am I even me anymore? I don't know. Okay, one of my favorite animals, I'm going to get serious for a minute now. Enough with this comedy stuff. My favorite animal is the dolphin. And I'll tell you why. You know I'm a patriot because of my divorce joke, right? Sometimes there are dolphins trained by the U.S. Navy to go find undersea mines and deactivate them. And sometimes in the course of their work, they blow themselves up for America. It's true. But for some reason, the national animal for America is the bald eagle. Some old white bald guy, Alexander Hamilton, said that the national animal for America should be the bald eagle because he thought that we'd have something in common with this predatory animal that looks down on others from above and eats carrion. No. I say let's get rid of the bald eagle and let's adopt the dolphin because we are a nation we are diverse, we have hair, we're talented, we're intelligent, and we like to masturbate. So let's get rid of the bald eagle and let's adopt the dolphin. We don't have echolocation, but I think it gives us something to work toward. You know what I'm saying? USA! USA! Okay, thank you guys very much. It's been a delight to perform for you and to share this stage with so many talented individuals. Good night.